Let's talk about video games. These digital worlds, these interactive stories have captivated us for decades. They're a constant thread woven through our lives, evolving as we do. A shared experience, a solitary escape, a competitive arena. Gaming means something different to everyone. It's a cultural phenomenon that has shaped generations. From the click of a cartridge that's satisfying as you slide it into the console, or the clang of an arcade coin, the promise of a few minutes of pixelated glory, to the thrill of online play where millions connect, compete, and collaborate in virtual spaces. Gaming is both universal and deeply personal. It transcends borders, languages, and backgrounds, uniting people through a shared passion. We've gone from blocky pixels, simple shapes that sparked our imaginations, to vast photorealistic worlds where the line between reality and the virtual blurs. The leap from chiptunes, those catchy 8-bit melodies, to orchestral scores, epic soundtracks that elevate the gaming experience. From Mario's side-scrolling adventures, a linear path of platforming perfection, to open-world adventures, where you can explore for hours and forge your own destiny, is staggering. The evolution is undeniable, a testament to human ingenuity and creativity. But it's not just about graphics, the visual fidelity that pushes the boundaries of technology. It's about deeper stories, narratives that resonate with us on an emotional level, richer connections, forging friendships and communities through shared gameplay, and new ways to play together, innovative mechanics that redefine interaction. Each breakthrough built on the last, driven by creators' dreams and players' demands. A constant cycle of innovation, pushing the limits of what's possible. Games have grown from simple diversions, a way to pass the time with basic challenges, to entire universes with their own lore and communities. Expansive worlds with rich histories, dedicated fan bases, and endless possibilities. Today, in 2025, we stand at another crossroads, a pivotal moment in gaming history. Link in description for more info. VR, cloud gaming, and AI, these emerging technologies are poised to revolutionize the way we experience games, are reshaping what's possible. They're opening doors to new levels of immersion, accessibility, and personalization. The story of video games is far from over. It's a constantly unfolding narrative, full of surprises and innovations. In fact, it feels like we're just getting started. The potential for growth and evolution is limitless. So, let's look back, take a trip down memory lane. How did we get from the first blips on a screen, those rudimentary pixels that sparked a revolution, to the digital frontiers of today? How did gaming evolve into the immersive and interactive medium we know and love? It's a journey worth exploring. A fascinating tale of innovation, creativity, and the enduring power of play. Let's dive in. Get ready to explore the history of video games. Before the flashing lights of arcades beckoned, and before living room consoles became a staple in homes across the globe, there was a different genesis for the games we know and love. Video games, in their most nascent form, were not born in bustling entertainment districts, but rather in the quiet, focused environments of science labs and university research facilities. These were the unlikely birthplaces of a digital revolution. Early games weren't commercial products or entertainment experiences as we understand them today. They were, in essence, experiments. Engineers, physicists, and curious minds tinkering with massive room-sized computers, machines that filled entire spaces with their humming and blinking lights. These individuals weren't driven by profit or market demand, but by a simple yet profound question. What was possible with this new technology? They sought to see what could be achieved, just to see what was possible. In 1958, William Higginbotham, a physicist at Brookhaven National Laboratory, created something truly special: tennis for two. This simple game, displayed on an oscilloscope, was revolutionary because it let people interact with a computer for fun, for pure enjoyment, not just for crunching numbers or processing data. It was a shift in perspective. It was simple, a side view of a tennis court with a bouncing ball, but people lined up for hours, eagerly awaiting their turn to experience this novel form of entertainment. The game was a hit, demonstrating the inherent appeal of interactive computing. Then, a few years later, in 1962, a group of bright MIT students took things a step further and created Space War. This game featured two spaceships engaged in a thrilling battle, complete with torpedoes, hyperspace jumps, and the ever-present pull of gravity from a central star. All of this was meticulously coded on a PDP-1, a cutting-edge computer at the time. Space War quickly spread through universities and research institutions, becoming a staple in computer labs across the country. It captivated students and faculty alike, inspiring a generation of future game designers and programmers to explore the possibilities of interactive entertainment. These pioneers, through their ingenuity and passion, proved that computers could be more than just number-crunching machines. They could entertain, engage, and inspire. Enter Nolan Bushnell and Atari, a company that would forever change the landscape of entertainment. They were among the first to truly see the commercial potential of video games, recognizing their mass appeal and ability to generate revenue. Pong, released in 1972, was their breakthrough hit. It took the simple elegance of a lab experiment and brought it to the masses, placing arcade cabinets in bars, bowling alleys, and other public spaces. Pong wasn't just a game, it was a cultural touchstone. It was a phenomenon that captured the imagination of people from all walks of life. It successfully moved video games from the confines of research labs and into the public consciousness, setting the stage for the explosive arcade boom that would soon follow, transforming entertainment forever. And it paved the way for the home console revolution, bringing the magic of video games into living rooms around the world. The groundwork was laid, the seeds were sown. The world was ready for more immersive experiences, more challenging gameplay, and more ways to connect through the power of interactive entertainment. The game had truly begun, and there was no turning back. The late 70s and 80s, video games exploded into the mainstream. Arcades became social hubs, alive with the sounds of Pac-Man and Space Invaders. You'd line up quarters, compete, and learn from others. A public, competitive, social experience. Then, the magic moved home with the Atari 2600. Suddenly you could play Pitfall or Centipede in your living room. Nintendo's NES arrived in 1985, changing everything. Mario, Link, and Samus brought deeper worlds and stories. Games became adventures, not just high scores. Console wars began. Nintendo versus Sega, Mario versus Sonic. This rivalry pushed innovation and defined gaming's golden age. The characters, mechanics, and nostalgia from this era still shape the industry today. The foundation was set for what was to come. The mid-90s brought a seismic shift. 2D sprites gave way to 3D polygons. Suddenly, games weren't just flat, they had depth, volume, and new possibilities. Consoles like the PlayStation and Nintendo 64 powered this revolution. Super Mario 64 redefined movement and exploration. Ocarina of Time brought cinematic storytelling. On PlayStation, Final Fantasy VII and Metal Gear Solid blurred the line between games and movies. Early 3D was clunky, but the potential was undeniable. Developers learned new design languages, experimenting with camera, movement, and world building. This era laid the groundwork for every modern open-world shooter and action game. It was gaming's awkward, brilliant adolescence. The future was now in 3 dimensions. The industry would never look back. The 2000s, high-speed internet changed everything. Xbox Live made online multiplayer seamless. Suddenly, your living room was connected to the world. Halo 2's matchmaking and voice chat created global communities and rivalries. On PC, MMORPGs like World of Warcraft became second lives for millions. Players formed guilds, friendships, and epic memories. User-generated content exploded. Mods like Counter-Strike became global hits. Developers realized players weren't just consumers, they were creators. The internet turned gaming into a persistent, social, and creative network. The boundaries of play expanded beyond the screen. Gaming was now a worldwide phenomenon. The 2010s gaming went public. YouTube and Twitch turned gameplay into entertainment and streamers became celebrities. Watching games became as big as playing them. eSports filled stadiums, League of Legends, Dota 2, and CS:GO became global competitions. Pro players became stars and gaming was legitimized as a serious sport. Games as a service kept players engaged for years. Fortnite's live events redefined what a game could be. Virtual reality took its first real steps with headsets like Oculus Rift and games like Beat Saber. VR offered a new level of immersion hinting at the future of play. Gaming was now a performance, a community, and a constantly evolving world. The lines between player, creator, and spectator blurred. By the mid-2020s, gaming reached new heights of realism and immersion. Real-time ray tracing made games look like live-action movies. VR and AR became accessible, with wireless headsets and games built for natural interaction. Pokémon Go and similar titles blended digital and real worlds. Cross-play unified players across platforms. Xbox, PlayStation, PC, all together. The focus shifted from hardware wars to community and accessibility. Powerful engines like Unreal and Unity democratized development. Indie creators could now reach massive audiences. The industry became more innovative and inclusive than ever. Barriers fell between platforms, realities, and creators. Gaming was for everyone, everywhere. The possibilities felt limitless. In 2025, the future of gaming is convergence. Cloud gaming lets you play AAA titles on any device, no console required. Your games and saves live in the cloud, accessible anywhere. High-end gaming is no longer tied to expensive hardware. AI is transforming games. Dynamic worlds, responsive NPCs, and stories that adapt to your choices. Imagine talking to a character and having them truly understand you. The metaverse is on the horizon. Persistent, interconnected virtual worlds where you play, work, and socialize. Games are becoming platforms, not just products. The lines between games, social networks, and digital life are blurring. The vision is ambitious, but gaming is leading the way. The next revolution is already underway. As we reflect on this incredible journey through the world of gaming, a fundamental question arises. What's the ultimate takeaway? What lasting impression do these digital experiences leave on us? Games, at their heart, have always been about connection. They are a shared space, a common ground where individuals from all walks of life can come together. From the simple yet groundbreaking tennis for two, a blip on an oscilloscope screen that sparked a revolution, to the sprawling, immersive online worlds that stretch the limits of our imagination, they consistently bring people together, fostering communities and building lasting bonds. Shared challenges overcome, triumphant victories celebrated, and unforgettable memories forged in the heat of digital battles. This core element of human connection and shared experience hasn't fundamentally changed, even as the technology around it has leaped forward. Games empower us to step into the shoes of heroes, to embody courage and make a difference, to become intrepid explorers charting unknown territories, and to transform into imaginative creators, shaping entire universes. They build resilience, teaching us to persevere through setbacks and learn from our mistakes, spark creativity by encouraging us to think outside the box, and inspire learning by presenting information in engaging and interactive ways. Today, players are no longer just consumers of content, they are active participants, architects of their own worlds, and storytellers in their own right. As technology continues to evolve at an ever-accelerating pace, pushing the boundaries of what's possible, the human element, the desire for connection and shared experience, remains absolutely central to the enduring appeal of gaming. The most breathtaking photorealistic graphics mean nothing in the absence of genuine fun, engaging gameplay, and meaningful connection with other players. The most advanced artificial intelligence is ultimately empty and unfulfilling without a compelling story, characters we care about, and a narrative that resonates with our own human experiences. Games reflect our collective progress as a society, our deepest ambitions, and our fundamental human need to play, to explore, and to connect with one another. They unite us across geographical boundaries and cultural divides, challenge us to push our limits, and inspire us to achieve greatness, both in the virtual world and in our own lives. And so, as long as there remains a new world to explore, a hidden secret to uncover, or a new friend to meet and connect with on a deeper level, the game, in all its forms, will undoubtedly go on, evolving and adapting to meet the ever-changing needs and desires of its players. The evolution continues, relentlessly pushing forward into uncharted territory, with controllers firmly in hand, and our sights set on the next level, the next challenge, and the next great adventure that awaits us.